Annyeong! It's K-Wave with Hongbin on Money FM 89.3. Welcome to K-Wave. I'm Hongbin Jeong, your South Korean living right here in Singapore, bringing you all you have to know about the Korean wave, better known as the Hallyu fever. Now it's K-influencers today. And whenever you open TikTok, the kind of content you usually see is filled with dance challenges, viral trends, and funny clips. But what if there was a corner of TikTok that truly made a difference? Well, this is the case for Aiden Kim, a South Korean content creator who's transforming social media with his heartwarming and inspiring stories. Aiden dedicates his platform to showcasing acts of kindness, particularly focusing on helping the elderly and disabled. His mission? Well, to inspire all of us to spread kindness and lend a helping hand to those in need. So, to find out more about his mission, joining us today is Aiden Kim, who is a content creator. Welcome, Aiden.
Hi, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for joining me. Aiden, your journey as a content creator is kind of centered around helping the elderly and disabled through your Instagram and TikTok platforms. What made you want to create content that focuses on helping the elderly and disabled?
Sure. Well, I first started in the United States. I'm from California. I live in
Mm,
LA area. I want to help people who are around me first. I usually go out to Skid Row. There's an area
mhm,
where a lot of homeless people live in LA. I started there. I would do community outreach, and then I went to Koreatown in LA. Look for
mhm,
elderly Korean grandmas and grandpas to help out. And then I was just thinking, why not just go to Korea? I'm from
mm,
Korea. I was born there. And I came to the United States in third grade. So I had an image of vegetable selling ladies, elderly ladies on the street, but I just forgot about it for about 20 years. But
mm.
when I just started to think about this topic, it just came up to my mind. And I just said, why not? Let's just fly to Korea and just start helping out the people who are selling vegetables on the street. And then
Mhm.
it spread to helping people who are collecting cardboard for a living. And
Right.
it spread to other venues such as small businesses, cafes, and like food stands on the street.
I see. I mean, for those who maybe haven't watched any of your videos yet, how do you exactly help those in need?
For example, I would approach an elderly grandma who's selling vegetables on the street, and
Mhm,
usually I would just say, "Can I buy them all?" And
mhm,
they would be really shocked. First, I started off by taking the items, and then as I did it more and more, began to just leave most of the stuff with them, and maybe just take maybe one item just to help them feel less guilty for taking money that
mhm,
I was giving to them. That's one way. Another way was talking to owner of the recycling center, and I would ask who would be the most struggling person that you know of that comes to this place, and they would
mhm,
introduce me to a grandma or grandpa who's struggling, who's making a living out of just collecting cardboard boxes and make about $4 or $5 a day, USD
mhm.
dollars a day to survive. So I would just talk to them, have a conversation, and try to help them out monetarily.
Was there an instance where you, like, decided, "Oh, I'm going to help these elderly people," or was there, were you always, willing to give an helping hand since you were little?
Well, I always just wanted to do something with my community.
Mhm,
With time, it developed into, coming to Korea, but
mm,
specifically elderly, it was just that image that I had that I mentioned, just
mhm,
seeing older grandma selling vegetables on the street on a hot day or even a snowing day
mhm.
back when I used to live in Korea.
I see. And on top of all of this, you've also created a GoFundMe campaign to, support the needy and even made a separate one which would help you transition this to full-time charity work. Why did you decide to open such a campaign?
Yeah, I always looked for organizations to donate to as
Mhm,
well in back in the United States. But oftentimes, even as a person, I would think about how the money would be used. For example, organizations would use it as overhead, like payroll, travel expenses, things like that. But I wanted to create a space for people that transparently uses all the money donated directly towards the people that I help out. And so I've
mhm,
disclosed that, and I wanted to create a space where everyone could be resonate and want to help out with this mission and
mhm,
participate. So now that not that I'm doing it alone, but make it a communal thing where everybody is helping out these people together. And this is something that I always want to do in the past and want to
Mhm.
do, forever or as long as I can. So I did create a separate GoFundMe at the time because I did quit my job to
Mhm.
do this full time. But hopefully, in the end, something will come up and I don't have to worry about income, and it'll all be natural. I'm not too worried about how I'll make it full time, but that's the goal.
I see, I see. Well, have if you don't mind me asking, how much have you raised thus far?
Sure. I do make different GoFundMe pages for
Mhm.
different people. Say if I had to combine everything, maybe about $30,000 overall.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, okay. So it is an ongoing campaign, so when you open a campaign, it's for one specific person, or is it an overall campaign?
So usually, I would talk to a certain individual, and if
Mhm,
I do think that they do require more help, then I would open a separate campaign for them,
mhm.
and meet the second time or third time to provide more help. But I do have a
Okay.
general campaign that's for just the entire project of just spreading kindness and helping people out, and so that's just the main one.
Okay. So maybe perhaps our listeners out there want to donate and be part of this GoFundMe campaign. What should we search out to donate?
I do have different social media platforms, and every social media platform in my bio has a link that
Mm.
you could check out, and you could choose whichever one you would like to participate in.
I see, I see. Now let's go back to your content that you post on the social media platforms as well. I mean, you showcase heartwarming moments of assistance and compassion towards vulnerable communities. For those getting featured on your videos, do you pick the people you help or whoever catches your attention? I also saw that an elderly recognized you after you helped them previously.
Yeah, usually I just walk around different areas
Mhm,
in Korea. I would go to markets or just different like subway station, things like that. And if I find somebody who I think might require some help, I would approach
mhm,
them and help them out. Or another case would be something that I talked about earlier. I would talk to a recycle center owner and directly get recommendations or suggestions on the person who needs the most help. um, so I would go that route as well. Yeah,
mm,
people do see me walk around, and especially the ones that I've talked to before
mhm,
do welcome me back. They
mhm.
are very happy to see me and they say hi, and of course I am as well. So they do recognize me, but it's not like people in Korea, all the elderly know me as
Yeah,
somebody who just goes around to help people.
I see, I see. Could you tell us, a memorable moment that you had or an inspiring moment that you encountered throughout your journey?
I would have to say, honestly, every moment, every conversation I had with every individual was very, very inspiring and touching. I'm sure it's the same for my followers who do watch the
Mhm,
videos and short form videos. But if I had to think about one example, there was a elderly grandma who was about 83 years old and had a
mhm,
daughter who's 50 years old, and she's suffering from cerebral palsy, and they
mm,
would collect cardboard paper together to make a living. After I talked to them a little bit, I realized that the daughter who struggles to communicate also has hearing problems, and even though she had one hearing aid, it wasn't functioning very well. And so with the help of my followers, we did create a campaign and we raised enough money to get her the best hearing aid that was out there in Korea, and she was so happy. She shed a tear. She would always go back to the recycling center and tell the owner how much thankful she was. And I saw them a few times after too, but they would not stop saying thank you and how they could repay me back. But of course, don't require that from them. And it was just so inspiring how small this conversation or just people coming together could change someone or a family's life.
yeah, I'm cheering up a little bit here. That was truly inspiring. Thank you for sharing that story. I mean, you sound like a very good storyteller. How do you balance storytelling with authenticity, to ensure that your message resonates genuinely with your audience and aligns with your charitable goals? There are misconceptions where people help others to do it for clout, I would say, when it comes to social media and sharing that. How do you, balance that?
Well, me being a storyteller doesn't really matter for the content that I make.
Hmm.
I just strike up a conversation, and honestly, these people open up very well after they realize what kind of person I am or what I'm doing with them. And they just open up and they start to become their own storyteller. And I just
Hmm.
capture that onto footage and share it with everybody else. So it has nothing to do with what I do, but it's the people who are gone through, the tough times and their lives to tell us and inspire us.
Hmm.
My authenticity, I think, I mean, I'm doing it genuinely. Uh, Honestly, I haven't gotten too much negative comments from my
Hmm.
followers or people who view it. Fortunately, I think it's because it's the people that I help are, it shows that they're very genuine and they're struggling the way they're describing. And it's not like I'm creating a story or I'm like trying to film in a certain way where I want to make the video to be shown in a certain way. It's not like that. I
Hmm.
just show whatever they're telling, and I just make it into a short video for people to be seeing and to be inspired to do the same. So, it's fortunately no one has shown too much hate.
That's good. I mean, if that's the case, I feel like you are doing this in a genuine manner and people can see through that you're being genuine, you're being real. This is true kindness. So perhaps you also do inspire others to do this kind of charity work and help the elderly and the disabled. Maybe you could share some words or two of wisdom and give them some advice. What advice would you have?
There's actually a lot of people who's been messaging me about how inspired they were and how much they want to do the same thing.
Mhm.
There are also people who have already taken action and done it themselves. So
Oh,
I
wow.
first applaud those people who have already taken that first step to do it. And for
Mhm.
those of people who are, just thinking about it and have the heart to do it, but just can't get yourself to do it, you know what? At whatever stage of life you're in, you're not gonna feel ready to do it. You're not gonna feel ready to uh, be in a situation where you say, "I'm confident enough. I'm ready. I have enough resources to go out and help other people."
Mhm.
Everyone's gonna feel the same, but I encourage those people to just take that first step. No matter whether you're a student, you don't think you have financial ability to assist other people. It's just a kindness. You could even
Mhm.
just start off with a word of just thanking people or just giving them an encouragement. You could start off that way, and then, or you could just save a cup of coffee that you drink in the morning to give that to another person behind you or someone who needs it. It
Yeah.
just starts from very small actions, so it's important to start from that. And so, just I would say, you have the ability, you can do it. Just do it.
I see. Well, thank you for those words of wisdom. If there's one message your audience can take away from your videos, what is that message?
I think one message is just love. Everyone is loved. You're loved.
Mhm.
Uh, Everybody deserves love. So just love yourself, love others, and you know it'll make everybody be happy.
So before we let you go here, Aiden, what are your plans in the coming months aside from posting such content? Are you planning to venture into other content types? Are you going to travel to another country and help the people there? What are some plans?
Right now, I'm in LA, but I'm going
Mhm.
back to Korea next week.
Mhm.
My plans are just to continue, possibly create more projects and reach out to different community. But I also do think about maybe going to a different, like third world country to do the same. Um,
Mhm.
but not yet. I don't know yet. I'm still in the beginning process, trying to figure out how I could improve certain things. So for now, going back to Korea, make the
Mhm.
same content, impact more people in a greater way, inspire more people to do the same. That's about it. But if anybody wants to, invite me to do something with them, I'm happy to do it.
I see. Well, thank you so much, Aiden, for sharing your story. You are truly inspiring. Thank you for joining me today.
I appreciate your guys' time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And if you guys want to check Aiden out, you can visit his TikTok at Aiden.J Kim. I'm Hongbin Jeong, and this has been K Influencers on K Wave right here on Money FM 89.3.
Money FM 89.